I'm State Senator Tracy McCreery, here today to present Senate Bill 64, which in the building we and actually our constituents consider it the circuit breaker. They don't even say circuit breaker tax credit. Just out in the community, it's called circuit breaker. It's actually formally called the Senior Citizen Property Tax Relief Credit. This tax credit has been on the books for a long, long time. You might ask why the two of us are up here talking about this bill. And the main reason is because this circuit breaker has not been updated since 2008. And so think about how valuable your money was in 2008. It kind of ties into some of the earlier testimony this morning. So the circuit breaker has not been adjusted since 2008. And the whole purpose of it is to directly offset costs related to property taxes. So, we spent a lot of time last year. I think everybody on here was in office last year, whether you were in the House or not, talking a lot about the importance of making sure seniors and those that are 100% disabled are able to stay in their homes as long as possible. And this circuit breaker tax credit definitely will do that, but we've got to bring it up to current day standards or it's not going to make much of a difference. So one of my witnesses that I am going to read from is one of my favorite state auditors, Scott Fitzpatrick. He did an audit of this program last year, and he said that the circuit breaker is a program that many of our senior and disabled Missourians rely on to help offset the cost of their property tax or rent. But it's also a program that needs to improve if it's going to effectively allocate those credits to the individuals who are eligible for them. So that was really the jumping off point for why I think the two of us hit this with a little more vigor this year, is because we now kind of have an independent assessment that this needs to be updated. So what my bill would do is it still keeps the same framework, but it just updates the maximum income limit up to something current, and then it increases the tax maximum credit as well. So I think it's confusing if I read those amounts to you, so hopefully you can just see them in the bill. It's a lot easier just to read that. But as an example, for a married owners of a home, the current cap is $34,000. I want to bring that up to $48,000, and that is, if you took what $34,000 was worth in 2008, that just brings it up to current standards, basically. And then keeping that same analogy, if we're talking about owners, it would increase. So right now, the current limit for owners of a home is $1,100. It would, my bill would increase the maximum credit to $1,550. So, and of course, we've also got things baked in there for rent as well. And obviously you can see I'm up here with one of my colleagues. This is truly a nonpartisan effort. Over on the House side, we've got both Democrats and Republicans who have filed this bill as well. So I think I'm going to turn it over to my colleague.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. As we just stated, I don't touch the credit amounts right now, but I do change the incomes right now for renters. It's from $27,500. I'm increasing it to $35,000, and for homesteaders from $34,000 to $38,000, and then adding a COLA so we don't have to revisit this again in 5 or 10 or 15 years. I know back probably 10, 12 years ago, there was an effort to get rid of this tax credit altogether. I was in the House at the time. And I kind of supported the thought of it, especially for renters, until I talked to my aunt. And she explained to me how important this was. And after that, I talked to more people. And we do have a lot of seniors that truly count on this at the end of the year to help them pay their property taxes. So the effort is just to bring it updated and make it so it's I think where it was initially supposed to be. And the COLA will make sure it stays there going forward. I'd be happy to answer any questions.